My babies, this was Table for One. I'm Leia Sergakis, and this is the show that we shoot the shit through life. You know that. I got my girl, Tiff Mcfierce. Hey, baby girl.
Hi, boo.
Oh my gosh, okay, I have to tell you before we start, I had the most deep convos with this one from the moment I met you.
Yeah.
Today, I felt like we had to talk about duality. I just want to
Okay.
dig into it.
Right where my life is. Okay.
Like,
in the middle of my life.
Well, right? Well, because you always talk about duality. And I
Yeah.
think it's such a hard concept for women.
I mean, I think that duality, like, it's just like everything else. Like, your life is tailor-made to you. So, like,
Yeah.
my duality right now in my life is just things that I am, like, unlearning, uncovering, and, like, shit that still keeps coming up. And then how that, like, mushes together and how I'm navigating through that and, like, the choices I'm making in those things. Also, in just knowing that, like, everything that we are is not like this one linear thing. There's multifaceted sides to all of us, and we are like all things. So I feel like that for me is like, you know, what duality is, how I've experienced it. And then, you know, like going deeper into that, that would be like work, personal stuff, like past things, everything, you know?
I feel like we're constantly like trying to uncover shit and try to be things at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I feel like it's not like this one size fits all. And I know like for me, like I've struggled as a woman is like, what am I supposed to be? Right? Like you know who you are, but like I grew up strict Greek, you know, like woman's a caregiver, you're doing this, you gotta make sure you look clean and proper. Look at my ass. You know, I'm in like a onesie.
Yeah, she got me in these onesies, y'all.
I know.
Like, I want y'all to know that like this is not the outfit I came in. This is the outfit.
This is
the outfit Leah put me in.
Because it's about having fun and relaxing and just like not taking it so seriously. But
facts.
Right?
Yeah, I like that you did this because like that's one part of the duality in my life that I'm really working on. Like not taking myself too seriously, not allowing other people's energies to infiltrate my own, like rooting myself into the ground. Knowing that that's where I stand, and even if I sway, like nobody else can like knock me down.
How do you get there? Like, how do you build that?
I think for me, it was just like being honest with myself. Like I had to be honest. Like, yo, I'm so negative, and I'm allowing, you know, everything to affect me. I let everything, you know, change my mood, literally, and accepting that about myself. And not just consistently blaming it on like, oh, like I grew up around this, so this is why I'm like that, which, yeah, that poured into it, but now I'm an adult and I can make my own choices. And if I've been doing something for so long, I can easily do something else. It's gonna take time, it's gonna take work. And I think that's what it is too, because everything is gonna, like if you let everything affect you, everything will affect you. People are on their own waves. You
say it again for the people in the back.
Yeah, like people are on their own waves.
Yeah.
All of us are in our own perspectives, in our own mind, in our own head. So you don't really know where somebody's coming from that day. So I'm learning a lot about compassion and boundaries and how to have that with myself and then with other people as well. And that can kind of, you know, not let me get so uptight and riled up. About whatever someone has said or done or whatever they're going through. And I take responsibility, obviously, if I'm in an interaction with somebody and like I'm giving that off. And then just checking myself. So those are the ways that like, you know, and it's practice. Those are the ways that I'm practicing every single day to, you know, just choose how I want to live my life.
I think that's the biggest thing is like, obviously like you're practicing, but also like being gentle with yourself.
Yeah.
Like that's something I realized. I think the biggest thing as a human being is we want to live out to the highest expression of like whoever we're supposed to be, right?
Facts.
So it's like one day you can be this, one day you can be that, but like learning how to like just let yourself practice. I think that's like the biggest thing is no one's got this down.
And so for me, that is like duality because I still am trying to unwire this thing of perfection that I've always, you know, or not always, that I like had since I was little.
Yeah.
And it has to be like perfect. It has to be one way. I gotta make sure I do it like that on the first try. And if I don't, I'm a failure. And just allowing myself to be. What does that mean? Okay, well, like it's not gonna be that way all the time. You know, you're gonna have to like have learning curves. It just isn't like we know, because innately I think that we're all born with a sense of like we're born in a state that's peaceful and we're born in a state of love, and we know and then we learn other things. So I think that's what ascendance might be. You know, that's what it seems like it is for me. And like just trying to not even try, just be. I had a friend that told me that too. Like I remember.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, one of my close friends, he like would always just like, you know, just drop jewels. And he said that to me when I was like, you know, I'm just really trying to be like, you know, calm and trying to be spiritual and trying to be, and this was like years ago. And he was just like, don't try, you are those things, just be. And like at the time I was like, whatever, it's like, you
Right.
know, like, but then like years later, I was like, this is what he's always like, you know, talking about, or what this person said to me, or what I learned in this lesson. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah. It really is. It's so funny to say that, because this weekend I had that like spiritual awakening of myself even more, where I realized so much of my energy is spread out to like worrying like because what you're trying to be or trying to figure out really is because you have different energy lines all over the place. But once you pull that in and you like focus on yourself and you think like, okay, like how do I really feel?
Yeah.
Like who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
And like really be able to like marinate in that.
Yeah.
Then you can go and be who the hell you are in every capacity of your life.
And maybe even like, there's just like, even like who I am, I'm like, there's parts of me that I haven't even touched yet.
You're not supposed to yet.
There's, you know, so like just letting that be what that is. But like you said, that's like the tree kind of analogy. Like you're spread out so much, you don't really know what you think, who you know, what you feel, what your intentions are. I think that has in our business too, of like entertainment.
It does.
And, you know, trying to be, you know, on the grind, doing what you need to do. Like those are the times where I'm like, especially now in my career, I don't really care about what someone else thinks that I should be anymore. Because I've struggled with that a lot. What should I be? How should I say it? You know, I'm good in these boxes, and people like me in these boxes, and I'm gonna like jump around and do these things for these people so that they can hire me for this and all that. Now it's just like, yo, like I've done this. I've been in the business since I was 4 years old. You know, I've been in this for a long time.
You have.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really care to be what somebody wants me to be. And that's where like that intent comes from, and like you start to take back your energy. Or like, you know, Auntie Maxine said, like reclaiming your time. Like it's just like, nah, I'm taking it back now. I'm taking back my power.
And that's the thing, when people like watching this at home realize that like, even if you're a mom and you feel like you have 10 kids, that you can pull your energy back. Even if you're in a relationship that you're not happy, like pull your energy back.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people feel lost and a victim in their circumstances, where it's like, you're the only person that's gonna give you your energy back. People are gonna take all day long.
And you know why we get so lost in that? I feel like too, because no one told us that.
No.
Again, innately we know that, but then when you're like born, you go through this series of like media, caregivers, trials and tribulations, friends, things you see shaping your idealisms. So nobody tells you that, yo, you hold all those cards. But they can't, because like marketing wouldn't make money, like, you know, selling shit to people, that making them feel like I need this to do this. Like, they're never gonna do that. They're like, you know, they're not gonna put meditation in schools. They're not gonna, you know, not have us eating, you know, high fructose corn syrup and like things like that are affecting like our whole being. So like there's a lot of ways that we could take our power back, but like you have to empower people to know that. That's why it's even important with women of color, with kids, like letting them know, letting them see other things so they're empowered to like know, oh, I can do that. That's what I'm about. That's what, like, I can do that too.
It is. And I think that's why, and like for the moment I met you, like I gravitated towards you because like you are such a, First of all, I have to back up. Wait, I have to back up for a second. This girl, we met at BeautyCon 2 years ago, LA. We're standing in front of each other, like on the carpet, right? This girl goes out and she just drops it to the floor, just hold the pose. I was like, that's gonna be my friend.
No, because
that's gonna be my friend right there.
Because everybody's so like, you know,
serious.
Red carpets, everybody's like serious, they corny, they like uptight, whatever. And I was like, whatever, like I'm out here. And I just like hit the 90 squat real quick, and like everybody started going crazy. But but it's like literally like just again like being myself, like not feeling like I only have to be what these people want me to be. Like I didn't do it because it's like, oh, let me do this and make somebody want to take my picture, it was like, okay, like I want to show y'all my fit from this angle, check my shoes out, you know, I'm gonna hit it. Like, you know, it just is what it is.
Dope.
And you know what's funny?
You have fun.
There was a split second where I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't do that. And I was like, what the fuck? And I just did whatever I felt naturally.
It. So you're like, just go with your gut. That's the biggest thing, is like follow your intuition.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason why I wanted to mention that is because I was going to talk about her for a second. She's obviously dope as shit, as you can hear her. But like the first female resident DJ for the Knicks, like you're groundbreaking. And the reason the whole point of the show is I want to showcase people that are moving and shaking, right? Because you have a platform. People obviously book you to create a vibe. But you're a vibe in so many different ways. And I think it's like so interesting when people have this responsibility, right? They don't realize.
I was just writing about this.
Really, people don't even realize they have this responsibility, because you have this platform and people just run around, just play grab ass all day. But you are someone that like you take it seriously because you realize you have eyes looking at you.
Yo, it's funny because I feel like this will be out by the time I like could say this. So if not, we'll just post it later. I'm writing a piece for Bustle magazine and or a media group, and it's about like my stay at the Beverly Hilton, and like one of the lines I put in there was just like, you know, my responsibility is to create a vibe for, you know, people, and for them to feel fulfilled after they leave whatever I've given and put on the table. And I really do feel like I do take things like really seriously. Like that's still a part of me, and I realize like that's okay. Like it's okay for me to be that. Like, you know, I'm like, I can't just try to cut out all the things I am.
That's part of you.
Yeah, but I take it seriously because it's like I know how it is to be in spaces that are just like mentally you're not clear, and it's dark and it's heavy. And you know, if I can do stuff with sonic sound, because I musically direct, I DJ, I host, and I speak, and like
all the things.
If all the things.
All the things.
Not all the things, just some of the things that I'm actually like really good at. If I can use like sonic sound, which is like from the earth, and like things that are healing to like move people and to give people what they need and to get the job done, I am gonna take that seriously. And it's just like, I don't like corny shit, so I don't wanna do anything that's whack. I never wanna be like, you hear me and you go, oof, she didn't sound that great.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want that. I want you to hear me and be like, oh, I was feeling it, this is great.
You do, you create a move. And I think that's one thing that I realized too, is how much music, like pushes energy within ourselves. And people, like, I think it's one of the biggest languages that people like neglect to speak about.
You are using all of the words that I use. That's my language. Like my language is music, and my language is dancing. I've been dancing since, you know, forever. And then I was dancing professionally, and I stopped about like 3 years ago. But, you know, movement and music is my language. Like that's how I speak to people. That's how I can connect. That's how I feel like people connect. Because you can be at a party and hear a song, or be passing in the street and maybe like someone's car pulls up and it's a song you like, and you see each other and you'll be like, oh, like I like that song too. Or it's just a connection. It really is like a universal language.
I love that. I think that's so important. And I think too, what I've realized, because I think a lot of, I don't want to say stuck, but I think a lot of times when we go through things or we feel like finding creative outlet is important. And like for you, it seems like music and dancing has always been that.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's been speaking. Like this is what the whole point of my show is like, Table for One is like.
I'm so like proud of this, because you have like cups. Like this is how you know it's official. It's a show. So
we got cups. We don't got anything in the cup yet. That's okay.
Yo, you gotta like put like a little like.
I know. Look, we fill up our own glass around here. But my point is like, this was my creative outlet. Like when I was going through something, and it still is. Like I've come to realize like my purpose is like, I'm learning. I'm figuring this shit out every single day.
Same.
But if I can take people along on the journey and help other people feel like, look, I got it, I can do this, then I'm gonna do that. Like that's my purpose. I think this is your purpose. I think it's important people that watch is like, okay.
And I think it's important what you said is completely all facts. And that's why it's important not to judge so much on what people create and what they do. Like even if it's something I don't personally like, I'm teaching myself that it's not my job to like critique this. that, like, I don't know why this person is doing this, and I don't know what this is bringing to them. I don't know how this is probably saving their life, helping them through like something. It's just not my job.
We're
Like, it's not my
artists.
job to
Everyone
judge anybody.
here is an artist.
Yeah.
Like, we're creating masterpieces. Like, it's just part of like it's our artistic process.
Yeah. So it's like, and that's practice too, because like I'm judgy. I find myself like going like, why would they do this, or why would like this doesn't make any sense? And then I'm just like, yo, that's not my problem. That's not my business. Like, if you're not hurting anyone or, you know, oppressing anyone, like, I create whatever you want.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. Shoot.
And they're not paying me. So like, I want to mind my business, drink my water so my skin looks great. Like, I don't want to.
Your skin is popping, baby.
Like, I don't want to like mind the business that doesn't pay me. Like,
right? That's something that's a real thing.
Yeah. And as you get older too, you're just like, I don't have that much brain capacity to
energy
to take in like all of the things and like complain or like, why is this? I don't care. Yeah.
No, I totally feel that. Well, I love it. You're amazing. We have a couple minutes left, and I always like to have like a little fun portion on the show. I had you bring your phone, and I always like to talk about people's like last 5 Google searches because I think that really lets an insight.
I mean, like, I don't even know what my last 5 Google.
I know, that's the best part because you don't even know.
Okay, let's pull up Google.
Let's pull up some Google. I can pull up mine too, so you don't feel like you're alone.
Yes, please.
Alone in this inappropriateness of life. I think it's like a funny, like, even dinner topic to be like, hey, what you Googling over there? You know what I mean?
I have, okay. So random, this is so random. I have Kat Dennings because I was in the hotel room and Two Broke Girls came on.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, yo, I've always seen this show, but I never watched it.
I've never seen it either.
And the actress, Kat Dennings, I was like, she's gorgeous. What is this girl's name again? So I was like, Two Broke Girls. And then I looked up Kat Dennings.
Okay.
I also searched Target near me because
it's not close in LA.
Beverly. Yeah,
Okay.
Beverly Center. So it's like, it's pretty close to like the Beverly Hilton. Because I needed to get an aux cord. The aux cord I have with me is one that like it's a red and white to hook into a mixer, and I wanted to hook it into like the radio at the hotel. And like when I'm staying somewhere, like that's my biggest thing. Like, what's your sound like in your hotel?
That's a good thing.
Yeah, because I need music to get ready. I don't watch TV barely, but I need to like music and silence. So like I need my music to be right.
Okay.
I was searching which Prosecco I wanted. My friend said, bring me, we did a photo shoot. So I was just like, oh, I want champagne. And I was like, you could bring Prosecco too. And then I was like searching which Prosecco I wanted him.
That's good to know. I normally just go to the shelf and like, this looks good. This is pretty.
And then I just have accommodate synonyms. I was writing, so I was just getting like stuck. And I was like, yo, what's another word for accommodate? And I couldn't think. And I
like that.
Like, yeah.
See,
that's it.
Ooh, that's a good little insight into you.
Thank God it doesn't say like Tiff Mcfierce. I've Googled myself before.
You should though. Like you got to see what's out there.
I've Googled myself before, and I like Google like obviously like when we go to events and things like that. Like I'm like, oh, like maybe I can find some content pictures on Getty or whatever.
Like see what images came up. Like mine was boring. I was like coffee, best vegan food in LA because your kid's vegan over here. Jumped a barn. I went and played with animals yesterday. It was like the time of my life.
Really?
That's like my outlet. I go pet some farm animals.
Oh, animals are really like, they hold a lot of like energy.
My gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they do. They're amazing. But that's that. And I put some meditation, so I love it. That was a little bit of
I can send you like my meditation mixes too. Yeah. Because you know I do look in versus look in, and that's like music, movement, and meditation. Check us out.
Yeah, tell them how they can find you on all this.
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram at Tiff Mcfierce, TIFFMC Fierce. And then you can find my wellness brand called Look In versus Lookin', like looking all around yourself. Because you are the thing that you are searching for. And it's just a place where we do experiential events, panels, parties, different things. I have a lot of different like healers, teachers, experts come in, and it's music, movement, meditation, and it's literally just a space for you to just connect with yourself.
It's amazing.
Like we don't have the answers. I ain't got the answers for you. But I will create spaces where you can have connection and meet other people and just do dope stuff, and we meditate. And that is Look In. So it's look_in VS Lookin', LOOKIN.
We're gonna put it on the screen so it makes it
Like the
easier,
YouTube
right? We'll
type.
put it on the screen as well. But yeah, Tiff's amazing. If you're ever in New York or LA, check out her wellness retreats. I was honored to do one time. It's amazing. But
Yes.
for you at home,
yes.
yeah, it was so good.
And we're gonna have you for more too. Like, you're amazing.
I love you.
I love
But
you
for you guys at home that are watching this, it's important. It's important that you stay up to date, if I can speak today, about everything Table for One, everything that's supposed to be you. Just realize like no one's got it figured out. We're out here shooting the shit of life. Create your own table, and we'll see you next time.